Good morning and welcome to episode 2 of the Underdog series. Been awake for an hour, just chilling in bed, waiting till the light comes up, the sun comes up, even, before I do some rounds of pausing and take my initial progress pictures for the start of prep. Today is day 1. Weight this week, I am sitting at 147.25 pounds. Average is about 1.6 up this week. I've been pretty relaxed with food, enjoying food here and there. If I want something, I'll have it. But today is day 1 of prep. So the plan is to take you through a full rest day, day of eating. I'm going to jump in the shower now, and then I'm going to do 2 rounds of pausing to start the day. I'll attach some pictures on the next part of the video, and then I will see you at meal 1. And here we are again, back in bed. Pausing done. You've just seen the pictures there. I've just been uploading them to Instagram on my Instagram post today. Hence why I'm back in bed to keep warm whilst I was putting the post on. Now to get dressed, and then I will see you at meal 1 this time. So we have meal 1. Meal 1 is going to be a protein fat meal. So it is 16 grams of fat roughly and 30 grams of protein. 4 whole eggs and 1 egg white. That is pretty much it. With the pan, using the 1 cal spray, so no fats from there. So yeah, I'm about to cook this and enjoy. So this is the final product of meal 1. Like I said, we have 4 whole eggs plus 1 egg white, seasoned with 4 churns of pink Himalayan salt, plus some sugar, reduced salt and reduced sugar ketchup. I think it is 50%. This isn't weird. I have weird sauces in the past in my diets. When I used to track macros, including them in my macros. However, in this current diet, I'll likely, and maybe around 8 weeks out, then start sort of standardizing the amount I have, weighing it, but just keeping it consistent. So throughout the day, I am going to do a live Q&A as well. Just add a bit of context at the time now is about 9:30, so that was meal 1, just done about 9:30. I like to eat, so I'm going to eat 5 meals today. I like to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. On rest days, my meal schedule stays quite consistent because I'm not at work today, so I can sort of eat meals at set times. Anyway, the question that I had was from one of my followers on Instagram called David Murgia 1995, I think. I'm on my phone now recording, so I do apologise if I've got the name slightly wrong. But the question was, you have 2 situations. You train 7 days a week, or you train 5 days a week, but you do the same amount of volume over the week in both cases. So he hasn't put this, but let's just put this in for context. Let's say you do 100 sets per week on total for all of your muscle groups. Does it make a difference if you do it over 5 days or if you do it over 7? Well, in terms of how many days you train, it can do, but it is very, very personal dependent. One, on your lifestyle. Have you got time to commit to either longer sessions but less often, or shorter sessions but more often? But also, how well is your recovery and things like that? So, for instance, you might find that if you do a longer session, towards the end, you're not really focused, you're not really recovering, you're just going through the motions. Then maybe training more often with less sort of volume per session, maybe you can recover from that. There is some research as well to also suggest that if you do train more often, splitting your volume, you maybe can get a little bit more volume in over the week. However, not to the extent of that So what a lot of people tend to do when they go from training a muscle group once a week to twice a week, they'll just do the same amount. So they'll end up doing twice as much. That's not the case. Maybe 1 or 2 more sets more. But in terms of your question about 7 days a week, I would never, never, never recommend someone training 7 days a week, because where do we get our gains? When we're resting. So we need at least 1 rest day a week. Even then, not many people can train 6 days a week. I have occasionally, and it soon catches up on you. At the minute, I'm doing 5 days a week, because I find if I used to train 4, but 4 days a week, the sessions were getting a bit too long to incorporate into my lifestyle, into my schedule. So 5 days means I can still get a good amount of work in, but I'm committing less time per day. So my current split, just to give an example, is Monday I train back, Tuesday I train chest, Wednesday rest, Thursday I train legs, Friday shoulders, Saturday arms, Sunday rest. So I'm training 5 days a week. The 5th day on the Saturday arm day is kind of a rest day as well. It's not really as intense, so I'm getting in plenty of rest there. So now the plan is I've got 10,000 steps per day to do. I am above 10,000 on my weekly average this week. So in most cases, I would not do the full 10k a day, as long as I hit that weekly average. However, as it is day 1 of prep, I want to get into a good routine, so we're going to get the 10,000 in. I'll do 5,000 this morning roughly. I need to go to the shops and get a few bits in, and then we'll do 5,000 later on tonight. So I'll see you at meal 2. So that is my steps done. I've done about 5k. Went flying straight on my knee as soon as I left the house. Anyone who knows me watching this will know that I'm high risk of falling. I fall a lot. It's a bit of a warning sign though, that if I was 2-3 weeks out at 4% body fat, the likelihood is I would have sustained a long-term injury, or there's more risk of that anyway. So I think in bodybuilding full stop, there's a bit of a hype around, I get shredded without doing any form of CV. I just track steps, which is fine. But for me, if you have CP, if you're high risk of falling, then maybe doing some form of CV on a bike, just at a nice pace, may be more beneficial and more risk-free, particularly in the winter. There's going to be ice coming, there could potentially be snow coming. So I'm lucky at the minute I work in a gym, so I can get it done in a gym. But if you don't work at a gym and you have CP and you are thinking about prepping or doing a more long-term cut, I would potentially think about investing in some form of bike or something like that, where you can do a bit more expenditure. So been shopping, bought a few bits as you've seen, just some fruit and veg. Had a look for a selfie stick or a phone tripod because I'm having to hold the phone up here, and my arm is fucking killing. But I couldn't find one, so if you have any suggestions on where I can get one pretty cheap, then drop it in the comments below. So meal 2 is just going to be 145 grams of lean pork mince, which equates to about 30 grams of protein and about 7 grams of fat, and then we'll add some oil in. So this meal is 12 grams of fat, 30 grams of protein, and we'll just add in some veg as well. So nothing too exciting, nice and basic, but high protein, high fat, keeping the carbs for later on. I was going to add in some rice cakes with this meal as well, but when I worked this out on MyFitnessPal last night, my calories are not, they weren't too high, but there wasn't really a difference between my low day to day and my high days, so I wanted a bit more of a substantial difference, so we dropped some calories from there. So the carbs for today are 200, they were going to be 225. So this is what meal 2 looks like. Like I said, we have 145 grams, spit it out, Johnny, of lean pork mince with veg and 5 grams of oil. Seasoned in, I used the Chinese spice, bit of ginger, and that was it. Oh, and parsley. And then Himalayan pink salt, 4 turns of it again, plus some reduced salt and sugar ketchup. Basic, simple, might look boring, but for me, it's easy to make, quick to make. It doesn't really take long to cook, and then I can get on with the rest of my day. That's that meal done. Ate that pretty quickly. I'm not too hungry. I'll be able to live till next meal will be about 2:30. For now, the plan is to chill, do some work on my laptop. I've got a class that I'm now going to be teaching online classes for people with cerebral palsy. So the first one of those is tomorrow, so Monday at 7:30. So if you are watching this when it's out at 6 a.m. in the morning, you still have time to book on. All the details are on my social media, or give me a message, it'll be on Zoom. Completely free this week, so the first week's completely free. After that, it is £2.50 a class, or £40 for unlimited classes each month. Anyway, that's enough of me plugging my services, my business. Time to chill, time to tidy up, to stay in the Mrs. Good books for one, and then get on with a little bit of work and start editing this video, so it'll be out first thing in the morning. Or in your case, you're already watching it, so you'll be watching it on Monday. Just shut up, John, you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, see you at meal 3. And this is the air fryer that I was on about. Absolute hero. You can just leave it on. You don't have to stand there cooking. Like, for me, I haven't really got a lot of time to stand at pan stirring and things like that. So I like things like this where I can just leave it on and then get on with what I'm doing. Likewise, the rice cooker, we've got the rice in at the minute cooking. I can leave it on while I go out, be ready when I come back so I can eat my food straight away. And for those who are wanting to bodybuild on a budget, or even just be fitter and healthier, eating healthier but not spending a fortune, this is an absolute godsend. 5 kilograms of Thai jasmine rice for £5.50. I was spending £1.20 on 500 grams, so it's half the price per 100 grams. So this will last me about 2 to 3 months in prep at least, and in off season would last me about 2 weeks, whereas I was going through about a 500 gram packet every 2 days. So you can imagine this is just way easier than A, buying loads of small bags of rice, but B, a lot cheaper as well.
Meal number 4, we have 65 grams of Thai jasmine rice, weighed raw, 130 grams of chicken, weighed raw, plus 75 grams of mixed grapes. So that is 65 carb and 30 protein. So the carbs are increasing throughout the day, ready to fuel tomorrow's training session. Now the best meal of the day, meal number 5. 1 5% burger, 2 slices of lean bacon medallion, a brioche bun, 350 grams of potato, and 5 grams of olive oil. Looking forward to tucking into this.
So I'm about to eat this meal. Wife's going to be home from work soon, so sit and chill for a bit before an early start tomorrow. So I'll wrap this video up here. Hope you've enjoyed this. Comment below what else you'd like to see. Like, share and subscribe and all that jazz. And